goods and services, from hotel discounts to pharmacy discounts. Ring in the new year with national and local discounts using your CVE Co-op Connections card. Print your free Co-op Connections card at www.connections.coop or download the Co-op Connections app. You can learn more about the program and discounts at www.connections.coop. If you are a business and would like to become a part of the CVE Co-op Connections card program, call Ray Lynn or Kyler at 575-746-3571.
Eastern New Mexico University in Portales is proud to offer potential students the opportunity to attend ENMU tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And now we are proud to announce the newly created Freshman Hound Housing Room Grant, which will allow students the opportunity to receive up to $3,000 per year off their housing costs when living on the ENMU campus. For more information on how ENMU is making higher education more affordable for you and your family members, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
ENMU Roswell offers high school students the opportunity to get a head start on their college education journey into healthcare. Through the Allied Health Careers Pathway, high school learners can enroll in dual credit courses that introduce them to a wide range of careers that include emergency medical technician, paramedic, nursing, occupational therapy, respiratory therapy, medical assisting, phlebotomy, and nursing assistant. Start your healthcare career path at ENMU Roswell. Contact your high school counselor for more information.
Find your path to a greater future at Eastern New Mexico University. With degrees offered both on campus and online, ENMU has the flexibility that you're looking for, and with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship, New Mexico residents can now start, continue, or finish their bachelor's degree tuition-free at ENMU. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday, to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Have you ever thought, Mom and Dad are beginning to need more help, but with a busy job and raising a family, you just don't have the extra time? Personal Care by Design is just what you're looking for. We can be there when you can't, from 1 hour a day to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All of our caregivers are carefully screened, and we are the only personal care service that is overseen by a registered nurse. Competitive rates, great people, and experience is what sets us apart. So when you need extra help at home with your loved one, you can count on Personal Care by Design. Personal, private, and protected. Call us at 575-625-9471 for your personal care needs and receive a free nursing evaluation. That number again is 575-625-9471.
Pecans are a big deal here in Chaves County. We have some of the biggest orchards in the country, and lots of us have pecan trees in our yards. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether you have one pecan tree or 1,000 of them, this time of year, every pecan tree needs fertilizing. So come see us at Roswell Seed Company, and we'll get you fixed up with the right fertilizer for your pecan trees, so that next year your nuts will be big and beautiful. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
With the Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lady Coyote Basketball on KSVPTV.com. Art Sandoval, Kelly McDonald set for the Roswell Lady Coyotes as they take on the Lady Wildcats from Clovis. It is February 17th, 2023. Coach McDonald, good evening, sir. You've had a long day, hadn't you?
Well, you know, it has been a little bit of a long day. I'm a bit of a globe-trotter, but a successful day on the tennis courts in Carlsbad, so I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, I tell you what, believe it or not, it was still a cool morning, but you got a little sunburn right there. I can tell you.
It was one of those freeze and then get a sunburn days.
It's just probably more for frostbite, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, it could be. You may be looking at frostbite.
It sounds good. We're about a minute away before we start tip-off here in just a moment. We're going to talk about the Clovis Lady Wildcats as they're 17-7 overall, and the Roswell Lady Coyotes 9-16 overall. But we're going to pause for just a second as we're going to listen to the Big Red Band as they play the national anthem. All right, welcome back to the Coyote Den. As we're just a couple minutes from tip-off here, we're going to go over the starting lineups here. We'll start out with the Clovis Lady Wildcats. Starters right now, number 3 is Zariah Lewis, the 5'9 junior. Followed by number 22, Allison Thomas, the 5'7 senior. Martha Della Rosa, the 5'6 senior. Number 30 is Caitlin Jefferson, the 5'8 junior. And number 42 is Mackenzie Roach, 5'8 junior. And the Clovis Lady Wildcats are assisted by Amy Hilburn, Corey Wilhort, and the head coach, Jeff Reed. And for the Roswell Lady Coyotes, starting lineup, number 1, the senior, Misha Hinthorn. Number 5, Brianna Castro, sophomore. Number 11, the junior, Sarai Morales. And back in the lineup tonight, number 21, senior, Daisy Smith. And number 22, the sophomore, Emma Escobar. The Roswell Lady Coyotes are assisted by Jeanette Martinez, Joey Martinez, Anthony Redding, and the head coach for the Roswell Lady Coyotes is Daniel Smith. Once again, the Lady Coyotes, 9-16 overall, 0-5 in district, ranked 40th overall in the state of New Mexico, and 17th in the 5A classification. And the Clovis Wildcats, 17-7 overall, 1-4 in district, ranked 14th overall in the state of New Mexico, and ranked 10th in the 5A classification. Coach McDonald, we're just seconds away before tip-off. What are your thoughts, sir?
Well, I tell you what, the Roswell Lady Coyotes are probably going to be on the outside looking in when it comes tournament time, but they're playing some of their best basketball of the year right now. They narrowly lost to Carlsbad in Carlsbad by just 2 points before falling here to Hobbs by a little bit more than 2 points, but still had stretches where they played pretty well in that game. I think they tied in a quarter in the second quarter. So certainly a capable team and looking to kind of, end the season on a good note. I mean, they are going to have a district playoff game next week, which will probably be on the road and very likely to be in Clovis against this Clovis team again.
Well, once again, the Lady Coyotes are still looking for their first district win since the regular season of 2017. So let's see what the Roswell Coyotes are going to do tonight. Once again, the starters for the Lady Coyotes on the court for them is number 1, Misha Hinthorn, number 5, Brianna Castro, Sadia Morales, Daisy Smith, and Emma Escobar. And here it is. Escobar will be facing off against number 42, Mackenzie. And I want you to give me some information on that.
Roach.
Roach is what I call it myself.
Let's
okay,
say
making
Roach.
Sure. Okay.
If it's not Roach, we apologize, but we're going to say Roach until told different.
Okay, sounds good. So, all right, here it is. This is the last game of regular season for both squads, and this is regular season as we're mentioning. Just like that, number 42, Mackenzie Roach, the 5'8 junior, gets on the board with a three-point shot, 3-0 in favor of the Lady Wildcats. 7:30 remaining in the first half. There's a shot by the Lady Coyotes, but no good, and rebounded by number 3, Zariah Lewis. And here comes the Lady Wildcats as Lewis gives it on over to Martha Della Rosa. Nice little bounce pass, but taken away by Escobar. Escobar goes across court and finds Brianna Castro, and Castro's in for 3. 3-3 is the score here in quarter number 1. As we mentioned earlier, this is the last regular season game before the district tournament that will be played next week. We will talk about that in just a moment. We'll talk about state tournament opportunities as well, 6 criteria, and you name it. We'll got it all right here on KSVPTV.com and 99.9 KTQM Clovis Radio. 3-3 is the score, 6:40 remaining in quarter 1. And there's a quick pass over to number 22 on the sideline. It's Allison Thomas. Baseline it is, and there's a dribble by Della Rosa. They're just going to take it on over, and there's number 22, Allison Thomas. Three-point shot is up and no good, and rebounded by Zariah Lewis.
Yeah, and they've got to be mindful about where Lewis is on the court at all times. She is their leading scorer. She can shoot the 3. The offense runs through her. There's another 3 attempt from Castro, and I like the aggressiveness from Castro right now.
Well, that's exactly right, Kelly. There's just the Lady Coyotes have nothing to lose right here. The Roswell Lady Coyotes, they have to win tonight, as the last time they played Clovis, they lost 61-31 in Clovis in the Rock. And I will tell you that the Lady Coyotes have to win by 10 or more in order to host the district tournament here next week.
Yeah, and the reason that is, if you're just wondering, is because of point spreads against district opponents. Obviously, if they can win, there's a cap of 10. So if they can win by 10, then they're in the picture to actually they would be the host of that first round matchup, and that's mostly because they only lost to Carlsbad by 2 in that game.
That's exactly right. Well, good drive by Brianna Castro. She dribbles left, goes in. I thought she was going to go in with the left hand and decides to go in with the right hand and misses. Score is 5-3 if you're just now tuning in at KSVPTV.com and 99.9 KTQM Clovis Radio. There's going to be a quick substitution for the Lady Coyotes. It looks like Elena Tarin will come in the ball game, and Daisy Smith will get the start tonight. She was coming off an injury. She did not have any minutes at all against Hobbs.
Right, wasn't even in uniform, and she got an earful from her dad right there. Didn't like something she was doing out there. I can't tell that she's slowed per se, but great hustle by Henthorn. It's going to be a held ball. And it will be a turnover, and it will be the fourth turnover of the game for the Clovis Lady Wildcats. Now, here's the problem. Turnovers are great. When you can force turnovers, that's great, but you have to capitalize, and that's what the Lady Coyotes have not been able to do yet. Already 4 turnovers for Clovis, and no points off those turnovers unless they score here so far.
Have an update. Artesia beats Goddard girls 59-45. We'll be getting some information here from Clovis as the boys, the Roswell Coyotes, taking on the Clovis Wildcats in the Rock in Clovis, New Mexico. We'll get some updates here momentarily. Good pass. Well, it looked like it was going to be a good pass. A little tangle by Sadie Morales and Zariah Lewis. It's going to be a held ball, or are they going to call it a foul?
No, they're going to get Sadie on that one. And you're right, they did just get tangled up. But when 2 players get tangled up like that and 1 player has the ball, it's almost always going to be a foul on the defender. So kind of a tough luck foul, but she's used to playing with fouls. Should be fun.
5-3 is the score in favor of the Lady Wildcats with 4 minutes left here in period 1. And there's going to be a shot by Kaylin Jefferson, the 5'8 junior. It's going to be 7-3 now in favor of the Lady Wildcats. Brianna Castro goes across the timeline, finds Daisy Smith. She's going to take a 3-point shot from way downtown. And that time's not even in the area code.
No, and that was from about 25, which is within her range. Maybe the outside edge of her range, but she can shoot it from distance for sure. So,
well, in order for the Lady Coyotes to be successful here tonight, that young lady right there, Daisy Smith, the senior, will have to have a good game this evening. And looks like Elena Tarin will be called for the foul, as number 3, Lewis, will go to the line, and she will shoot 2.
Yeah, just if you're going to foul in that situation, I'm okay with fouling that situation, but you can't let them score. The point of a foul there is to take the foul, and we're going to get a 30-second timeout. Take the foul and keep them, from scoring and make them earn them at the free throw line. Where here, you take the foul and they score anyway, and not only that, she's likely to make the free throw.
Okay, it looks like there's going to be a 60-second timeout. You are listening to Lady Coyote Basketball on KSVPTV.com and 99.9 KTQM Clovis Radio. We'll be back.
The hustle, bustle, and bright lights of the holidays in the rearview mirror, it's time to ease into the new year with a new car or truck from your friends at Roswell Ford. Because nobody makes car buying easier. With more than 500 pre-owned vehicles in stock and brand new units arriving all the time, finding the perfect vehicle is easy. A 3-day money-back guarantee on all pre-owned vehicles makes the decision easy. No payments for 90 days easily gives you time to put those holiday expenses behind you. And with a goal of 100% credit approval, Roswell Ford even makes financing easy, regardless of your credit situation. And we happily accept I-10s. Like I said, easy. So make some time and come see what we have for you at the Tailgate Nation. Whatever you're looking for, you can count on Roswell Ford to keep it simple and make it easy. We're waiting for you now at the corner of 9th and Main, so we're even easy to find.
Welcome back to the Coyote Den. Thanks for listening to Art Sandoval, Kelly McDonald on KSVPTV.com and 99.9 KTQM Clovis Radio. Score now is 10-3 in favor of the Lady Wildcats. All right, a little bit of pressure now by Clovis as Castro will dish it on over to Smith. Smith back to Tarin on the baseline. Right side it is, and there's the baseball pass to Castro. Back to Escobar. Baseline is going to be up. The runner is no good. Rebounded by Vega. And Vega loses it. Now here comes Lewis. In the ball game now is Giselle Petner. And it looks like there's going to be a travel. It will be a turnover, and it will be Coyote ball.
Yeah, and official right there as Lewis just takes the extra step. Pressure of the good D by Roswell. A little full court pressure here by the Wildcats.
And there's Smith. Has Tarin open, and there is a three-point shot, and no good on that one, and it's going to be rebounded by Clovis.
But really, I mean, this is a team you're playing that just beat you by 30. So, I mean, you're going to have to take open threes. I mean, you can't hesitate. So I'm fine with that shot. And I'm fine with Castro shooting a couple early threes. I'm fine with Dacey shooting the 25-footer. I mean, that's really –
well, especially early in the game right now. You know,
yeah,
you're in the first quarter. It's 2:30 left in the first quarter, 2:33 to be precise. You know, I totally agree with you.
You're going to have that aspect of the game in order to win tonight. So, you know, you might as well just play loose and shoot them if you got them.
Emma Escobar will continue the dribble now. Finds Tarin as she dribbles left. Gives it back to Castro. They're just working left side. I like the ball movement. Clovis playing man-to-man currently. And it looks like number 40, Petner, will be called for her second personal.
Yeah, and only 2 fouls in the game, but both of them on Giselle Petner, the senior guard, so she's likely to come out here.
Yeah, it looks like number 2 will enter the ball game. That's Brooklyn Zunich. We haven't got a score yet from Clovis as we're doing some research. Nothing at the moment. We'll get an update from Mr. Gene Dow momentarily. That's a great shot by Elena Tarin.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Just misses, yeah. All right, it's going to be rebounded by Clovis, and now Martha De La Rosa will have the ball. Stops the dribble, gives it back now to number 2, Brooklyn Zunich. De La Rosa dribbles with the left side and finds Zunich once again. Stops the dribble. She is trapped up by Castro. And there's going to be a turnover, and now here comes the Lady Coyotes, and Daisy Smith, the senior captain, will have the ball.
Calling for a screen. Yeah, they're going to call the moving screen there on Castro, and it's a good call. You know, if you're going to set that screen, you've got to be set.
Absolutely. The officiating crew tonight is going to be Mr. Jaime Lopez from Roswell, Michael Folk from Carlsbad, and Stephen Parr, also from the Carlsbad area. All right, number 2 now will have it, Brooklyn Zunich. This is on over to number 30, Kaylin Jefferson, and Jefferson good for 2. 12-3 now as we're approaching the 60-second mark here in the first quarter. Castro, the natural lefty, finds Emma Escobar, also natural lefty, finds Tarin, natural lefty. Shot is up and no good, excuse me. Little tongue twister there, all these lefties, Coach.
It's turnover, and that's 7.
7 turnovers.
And no points off those turnovers, none. I mean, their only points of the game is the early 3 from Castro, and that was not off a turnover. That was just coming down after Clovis had scored. So, I mean, if you're Dan Smith and you tell me, hey, I'm going to have 7 turnovers in the first 7 turnovers in the first quarter, you're ecstatic. But if you can't capitalize, it's like they never happened.
Hinthorn will enter the ball game. Escobar will have a seat. Get a little breather there. Here comes Castro as she trots across the timeline. Castro from three-point range, off the backboard, no good, and it's going to be out off Lewis. It will be Coyote ball.
So team rebound there, and now they remain shut out. Points off turnovers, even if they score here.
All right, Daisy Smith now will inbound, gives it to Hinthorn. Hinthorn's going to decide to drive. Vega from three-point range, no good. Gets her own rebound and finds Tarin, swings it on over to the right side with Misha Hinthorn. Back to Castro on the left side. Clovis playing man-to-man.
Yeah, and you just play for one now.
15 seconds left in the first quarter. Vega back to Hinthorn. Vega loses it, and now here comes Clovis with 2.5 seconds, and let's see what Lewis does, and it's off the backboard, no good. And at the end of one, the Clovis Lady Wildcats 12, the Roswell Lady Coyotes 3. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lady Coyote basketball on KSVPTV.com and 99.9 KTQM Clovis Radio.
Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I know you've heard me say that you can trust Trustmark, but I want you to know what that looks like in real life. A few years ago, we installed a beautiful new roof for an older woman who was recently widowed. She was an artist, and colors were really important to her. So when she said she didn't like the color of a brand new roof, we took that seriously. She had picked the color and signed off on it, but I just kept thinking, if she's going to walk into her house every day and be disappointed, then we're just going to redo it. So we did. We ripped that beautiful new roof off and replaced it with a slightly different color, and she was thrilled. Yes, it cost us quite a bit of money to make her happy, but I want you to know you can trust Trustmark to make it exactly right every time. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
All right, welcome back to Lady Coyote basketball on KSVP-TV.com and 99.9 KTQM. Clovis Radio, Art Sandoval, Kelly McDonald, live from the Coyote Den in the last district contest. I can't believe this is the second part of the season, as you and I call it, and man, the district tournament does start on Tuesday, and most likely these two teams could end up playing each other once again.
Right. Well, it's almost for sure, I think, with the district records, because Clovis only has the one win against us. So
yeah, once again, you might want to talk about that scenario again. So if Roswell High has to win, but they have to win by 10. Right,
they have to win by 10 in order to host. If they fail to win by 10 tonight, they're still going to play Clovis. It's just going to be in Clovis.
In the Rock.
Right, where they went down by 30 on the 2nd or 3rd. It was the 3rd of February. So this be a tough one.
Well, see, Roswell, this is actually going to be Roswell's 4th time playing Clovis, I believe. I will double check that.
Well, they did play them early in the year, didn't they?
Well, and I believe that was over in well,
maybe not.
Well, I thought they played over there at the holiday tournament. I could be.
Yeah, they didn't. They played Goddard.
I was almost certain they did.
So this is just the second matchup between these two. I could have sworn they played earlier too.
Well, that's I guess that's what I know with their coach. But 12-3, I can tell you that much. It's 12-3 in favor of Clovis as we begin the second quarter. Misha Hinthorn, one of the seniors here on the Lady Coyote roster. Elena Tarin now will continue to dribble, finds Daisy Smith. Smith coming off an injury as she took off on Tuesday against Hobbs and decides to pass that over to Elena Tarin. Tarin still hasn't dribbled yet. Will decide to pass it back over to the senior captain in Daisy Smith. Tarin from three-point range and no good.
Oh.
And Vega once again loses the ball.
Doing a good job on the offensive glass, but not a very good job maintaining control of the ball.
Well, she's really struggling there. But once again, number 32, Ada Maurice Vega, only a freshman. Had some quality minutes at the first of the year. Played a little bit of more JV to get more reps, and now she's finding herself as a freshman playing in the last district game here for the Lady Coyotes. And just like that, number 23, Martha De La Rosa, the 5'6" senior, will shoot a three-point shot, and she's good. 15-3 now, 6:23 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, she's second on the team in threes for the year for Clovis, so that's one you've got to watch, and that's a blocked shot by, looks like Jefferson got a little piece of that one.
Well, you know, this is almost similar to, you know, as the girls we were talking about. These two teams will end up playing on Tuesday. It's just a matter of where,
right?
Depending on the result of tonight's game. The Coyotes have to win by 10 in order to host. If not, that game will be played in Clovis in the Rock. And very similar as the boys are taking on Clovis in the Rock right now. And, of course, the boys defeated Clovis a few weeks ago. And so Clovis actually has to win by 3 in order to host.
Well, they have to win by 4. I think if they win by 3, Roswell
by 4. That's correct.
Wins that tiebreaker still.
That's correct.
Because of better point differentials against the other teams in the district, that goes down to that tiebreaker. I believe.
You're exactly right.
I was discussing it with Mr. Cooper there before the game.
You're exactly right, because the Coyotes did beat Clovis by 3, so they have to win by 4 in order to host.
Right. If they win by 2, they still don't host.
That's
if
right.
they win by 4, they do host. And I think if they win by 3, I think Roswell still has that tiebreaker, and that's what our athletic director, Britt Cooper, thought as well.
Yeah,
but he wasn't 100% sure on that.
Well, and there's other scenarios, too, when you're talking about, the girls' side and then also the guys' side. Roswell could end up being the neutral site for a couple teams if things go a different way for the girls, Hobbs and Carlsbad.
Right.
So, but we'll talk about that later on, maybe about halftime.
Well, I'll come see that one if that's the case.
Yeah, well, absolutely, and that game probably will be on KSVP if that happens. But, Coach, I won't be here on Monday as I'll be in Colorado watching my daughter play college softball as they take on Colby at Colorado State University at Pueblo.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm sure Hobbs America would have it on one end. I don't know who does the broadcast for Carlsbad. I don't know if KSVP would have that game or not.
So it just depends. If it's a neutral site, I did talk with Mr. Gene Dow, and it looked like that is a good possibility. If it's a neutral site, it is my understanding that will be on KSVPTV.com.
Okay. Well, I'm your man, Gene, if that's the case.
Unless weather happens differently, there's a possibility I will join you on that. But if not, you are the man. All right, 15-3 is the score. 4:49 remaining in the first half. Coyote ball as Elena Tarin will have it. Trying to find Vega. Vega.
Good job in the post. I mean, she's got to learn to finish there, and like you said, just a freshman and a bright future for that young lady.
Took the words right out of my mouth, and that's exactly right. Number 42 now will shoot, and that's going to be Mackenzie Roach. Misses the three-point shot, and it's rebounded by the Roswell Lady Coyotes.
And really, the way the game has gone, they're down 12 here, and it could be a lot worse.
Oh, nice. Look at Benitez. Comes in the ball game.
Up and under.
Yeah, Jalen Benitez, the sophomore, gets on the board with a little runner, and it's 15-5 now. 10-point lead for Clovis. The Lady Wildcats in favor.
Yeah, right. Just 10. Well, until that basket was just 10.
Yeah. That was number 3, Lewis. Gets 2 more points in her category. Emma Escobar
nice fake.
Going to the board and just misses. And rebounded by Kaylin Jefferson.
Yeah, great ball fake, great take to the basket. Just couldn't quite get it to go down.
Yeah, De La Rosa will have the ball. Swings on over to Giselle Pettner. And now finds one of her teammates. But it looks like Brianna Castro will be called for the foul.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 on Brianna, but that's what you do when a good player has a wide open basket there. You foul, make them earn it. I'm all for that. But you got to make sure they don't score as well. So that's the way you do it, unlike the previous attempt.
Lewis will go to the free throw line. She will shoot 2.
Oh, they've got 3 fouls on Castro on the board. I wonder if that's
3.
correct.
I don't know if that's, I think that might be incorrect. But we'll find out here in a minute as Mila Moore enters the ball game, and Daisy Smith will also enter the ball game. Castro, Vega will have a seat. And also Elena Tarin. So it looks like number 3, Lewis, will go back to the line and shoot. And makes the second one.
So Lewis coming into the game, the team's leading scorer, 14.6 per game. She's already got 9 in this one, and we've got 3 minutes to go before halftime.
All right, Daisy Smith. Is it on over to?
Oh, yeah, that's foul.
Misha Hinthorn, and is she going to be in motion or is it going to be on the ground? This is the question.
He's got to call that. 2-shot foul. Yeah, so that's going to be a 2-shot foul for Misha.
Misha Hinthorn, first one is up and good. 19-6 is the score.
Misha's had a nice basketball career here at Roswell High School, the senior guard.
The second one is up and just misses and rebounded by Clovis, and Jefferson will have a quick outlet pass to number 23, Marta De La Rosa. Oh, good job by Emma Escobar. She's going to dribble, and the layup is missed.
Henthorn, smallest player on the court, getting the offensive board.
Look at that. That's a shot and a little outlet back to herself.
Yeah,
and I'm looking at Dr. Smith there, Dan Smith, the head coach, has both hands behind his head and like, oh, gosh, what happened there?
I don't think she meant to pass it to herself off the rim, but that's how it worked out.
That's exactly right.
Oh, kind of a hard foul. And good sportsmanship after the fact, but a hard foul on Benitez there. And that'll be a 1-on-1 situation for De La Rosa. And De La Rosa, as I mentioned earlier, is a shooter.
Right.
3-point shooters usually translate to good free throw shooters. We'll see as Coach Reed is going to get Lewis back in the game.
All right, well, it's 19-6, 2:27 left in this first half. And no good, and rebounded by Emma Escobar. Oh, I almost got
yeah, that's
there.
Yeah,
that was okay.
Yeah, that was okay because she didn't try to dribble it again. She just picked it up and maintained control. If she tries to dribble it again, then it's an illegal dribble.
Okay, the shot by Henthorn up and no good, and rebounded by Clovis. We'll talk a little bit in a moment about the seating and selection basketball committee for the boys and girls. The New Mexico Activities Association staff will send and select teams for the 2022-2023 state championships utilizing the following criteria by the NMAA bylaw 7.11 as voted on by the board of directors. The 6 criteria will be as follows: finish in regular season district play, head-to-head, wins against district champions regardless of classification, overall record, max preps rankings, and then member school input to be submitted by the head coach prior to the 8 a.m. on the day of the seeding.
And I believe that's the same as for football, isn't it?
That is the same as football. And actually, it is actually probably almost the same in all sports.
Yeah, that's pretty universal, the 6 criteria. So
Misha Henthorn, looking baseline, decides to swing it back on to Emma Escobar. Daisy Smith dribbles with her left hand, finds Jalen Benitez.
Oh, Benitez.
And that's going to be good as Benitez will go to the line to shoot the and one.
Yeah, a little continuation there, but I like the call, and I like the decision to count the basket. I think the foul was close enough to the shot being attempted there, and just a nice play from Benitez.
Yeah, it actually is. 20-8 is the score here. A minute 30 left in the first half.
If they can just get a little run here, they can be in business going into the second half.
And look at Benitez. She's really coming in the ball game here. I believe that's probably 5 points or so.
That is 5 for Benitez off the bench.
All right. 20-9. We're under a minute 30 now. And there's a shot by Roach. No good. And here comes Emma Escobar.
Emma showing the speed. Here's the long 3.
And that's off the backboard, no good. And they're going to say Clovis.
Yeah, I was going to say Clovis was on the line there as they touched the ball, so it's going to maintain possession for the Lady Coyotes after the block shot. Another good job by Benitez, though. She just happened to get her shot blocked on that one. As Daisy Smith comes out, she's not herself shooting.
No, she's not.
She's not 100%.
Well, right now, Benitez, I'm not sure, but I think she might be the high scorer for Roswell right now, right?
Absolutely is.
With 5 points. We're under 60 seconds now left in the first half.
You got Castro with 3 and Henthorn with 1, and that's all the scoring for Roswell. A little craziness here. Nice left-handed attempt by Henthorn, but no good.
Yeah, no good here, and that's going to be number 3 now, Lewis. Oh, there's going to be a foul on Hinthorn.
Yeah, and it kind of got talked into that foul. I mean, I'm not sure why you call it there when it happened all the way up the floor, but it's okay.
All right, have an update from Clovis, New Mexico. The score is 31-26. It is halftime, and the Roswell Coyotes currently lead that game.
By?
A score of 31-26.
By 5, all right. That's good. Need to take care of business there so we can have another game in this gym.
Well, you know what I was thinking? Actually, the boys had played Clovis at the holiday tournament over there. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So that's going to be their 4th game against each other. So I was thinking it was the girls, but it was actually the boys. All right, so about 9 seconds left here in this first half. Misha Hinthorn gets trapped up, and Mila Moore misses.
Got a great look there.
And that's going to end the quarter as the Clovis Lady Wildcats have 20 and the Roswell Coyotes, Lady Coyotes, 9. We are at halftime. We're going to take about a 10-minute break. You are listening and watching KSVPTV.com and Clovis Radio 99.9 KTQN. We'll be back.
In times of uncertainty, one thing seems to be constant. Crime tends to rise. Zenith Security Services, a locally owned company that's invested in our community, reminds you that for less than 5 quarters a day, you can be proactive in protecting your home, family, and assets with a monitored alarm from a top UL-rated company. The hardest calls we receive at Zenith Security are those needing our services after the fact. Call Zenith Security Services at 575-626-3521 to schedule your free security assessment today.
If a sports injury is keeping you from the physical activities you love, the sports medicine team at Artesia General Hospital can help. Their orthopedic specialists and physical therapists work closely with you throughout diagnosis and treatment. No matter the injury, from ACL injuries, golfers and tennis elbow to foot and ankle pain, they'll get you back in the game. Appointments are available in Artesia or Carlsbad. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/sports.
We take the worry out of buying pre-owned vehicle with a 139-point inspection and backed with a 3-day money-back guarantee. You can't make a bad decision shopping at Roswell Ford, home of the Tailgate Nation.
Hi folks, Larry Skane, Service Manager at Roswell Ford. Our mobile service van turns your driveway into a service bay. All work is performed by Ford factory-trained technicians. Call Roswell Ford today to schedule your no-hassle mobile service appointment.
Did you know that Central Valley Electric Cooperative has a program in place to help members save on a variety of goods and services, from hotel discounts to pharmacy discounts? Ring in the new year with national and local discounts using your CVE Co-op Connections card. Print your free Co-op Connections card at www.connections.coop or download the Co-op Connections app. You can learn more about the program and discounts at www.connections.coop. If you are a business and would like to become a part of the CVE Co-op Connections card program, call Ray Lynn or Kyler at 575-746-3571.
Eastern New Mexico University in Portales is proud to offer potential students the opportunity to attend ENMU tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And now we are proud to announce the newly created Freshman Hound Housing Room Grant, which will allow students the opportunity to receive up to $3,000 per year off their housing costs when living on the ENMU campus. For more information on how ENMU is making higher education more affordable for you and your family members, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
ENMU Roswell offers high school students the opportunity to get a head start on their college education journey into healthcare. Through the Allied Health Careers Pathway, high school learners can enroll in dual credit courses that introduce them to a wide range of careers that include emergency medical technician, paramedic, nursing, occupational therapy, respiratory therapy, medical assisting, phlebotomy, and nursing assistant. Start your healthcare career path at ENMU Roswell. Contact your high school counselor for more information.
Find your path to a greater future at Eastern New Mexico University. With degrees offered both on campus and online, ENMU has the flexibility that you're looking for, and with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship, New Mexico residents can now start, continue, or finish their bachelor's degree tuition-free at ENMU. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday, to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Have you ever thought, Mom and Dad are beginning to need more help, but with a busy job and raising a family, you just don't have the extra time? Personal Care by Design is just what you're looking for. We can be there when you can't, from 1 hour a day to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All of our caregivers are carefully screened, and we are the only personal care service that is overseen by a registered nurse. Competitive rates, great people, and experience is what sets us apart. So when you need extra help at home with your loved one, you can count on Personal Care by Design. Personal, private, and protected. Call us at 575-625-9471 for your personal care needs and receive a free nursing evaluation. That number again is 575-625-9471.
Pecans are a big deal here in Chaves County. We have some of the biggest orchards in the country, and lots of us have pecan trees in our yards. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether you have one pecan tree or 1,000 of them, this time of year, every pecan tree needs fertilizing. So come see us at Roswell Seed Company, and we'll get you fixed up with the right fertilizer for your pecan trees, so that next year, your nuts will be big and beautiful. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
With the hustle, bustle, and bright lights of the holidays in the rearview mirror, it's time to ease into the new year with a new car or truck from your friends at Roswell Ford. Because nobody makes car buying easier. With more than 500 pre-owned vehicles in stock and brand new units arriving all the time, finding the perfect vehicle is easy. A 3-day money-back guarantee on all pre-owned vehicles makes the decision easy. No payments for 90 days easily gives you time to put those holiday expenses behind you. And with a goal of 100% credit approval, Roswell Ford even makes financing easy, regardless of your credit situation. And we happily accept I-10s. Like I said, easy. So make some time and come see what we have for you at the Tailgate Nation. Whatever you're looking for, you can count on Roswell Ford to keep it simple and make it easy. We're waiting for you now at the corner of 9th and Main, so we're even easy to find.
Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and I know you've heard me say that you can trust Trustmark, but I want you to know what that looks like in real life. A few years ago, we installed a beautiful new roof for an older woman who was recently widowed. She was an artist, and colors were really important to her. So when she said she didn't like the color of a brand new roof, we took that seriously. She had picked the color and signed off on it, but I just kept thinking, if she's going to walk into her house every day and be disappointed, then we're just going to redo it. So we did. We ripped that beautiful new roof off and replaced it with a slightly different color, and she was thrilled. Yes, it cost us quite a bit of money to make her happy, but I want you to know you can trust Trustmark to make it exactly right every time. If you have any roofing needs, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
In times of uncertainty, one thing seems to be constant. Crime tends to rise. Zenith Security Services, a locally owned company that's invested in our community, reminds you that for less than 5 quarters a day, you can be proactive in protecting your home, family, and assets with a monitored alarm from a top UL-rated company. The hardest calls we receive at Zenith Security are those needing our services after the fact. Call Zenith Security Services at 575-626-3521 to schedule your free security assessment today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Coyote Den. You are listening to Art Sandoval, Kelly McDonald on KSVPTV.com, 99.9 KTQM, Clovis Radio. We're about just seconds away from the start of the third quarter. The Lady Wildcats currently lead 20-9. Coach McDonald, I know you have something for us, sir. Do you have some statistics for us?
I do. Zarai Lewis led all scorers in the first half with 10 points for Clovis, followed by Caitlin Jefferson with 4. What did I miss?
No, I'll tell you right now, what you have is Caitlin Jefferson, number 30, sinks a bucket, so it's going to be 22-9 now.
All right.
And then that's going to be it. As of right now, it's rebounded by Clovis, but you can go ahead and finish your statistics.
Benitez led all scorers for the Coyotes. She had 5 in the first half, followed by Castro with 3 and Henthorn with 1.
All right, three-point shot is up and good for Martha De La Rosa, number 23, the 5'6" senior. 25-9 is the score. Do have an update already. Halftime, Artesia 22, Goddard 21. And I think you had an update from Hobbs. Is that correct?
Yeah, Hobbs was up. I don't have it in front of me now. They were up big on.
I think by 20, right?
By 20, 21, something like that, going into the fourth quarter. They led by 16 at halftime.
And look at that. Look at Benitez, the sophomore, goes in with a runner and scores 2 more. It is 25-11 now, 6:49 remaining in the third quarter. And Benitez has been hot with 7 points for her tonight for the Lady Coyotes. And here comes Emma Escobar. Escobar going to dish it off over to Castro.
And good job by Dan Smith to go with the hot hand. I mean, don't be afraid to change up your lineup. Keep your hot hand in the game, and it's paid off for him already.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that as Lewis has the ball, kind of swings it on over back to number 23, Martha De La Rosa. And little dump off to Thompson, and no good. And here comes Lady Coyotes now.
Yeah, that block shot by Daisy Smith. Nicely done. Oh, nice pass.
Oh, Sadie Morales.
Oh! Emma Escobar with the offensive rebound and the spinning reverse layup.
Well, I didn't see it. I was writing some stats down here.
Oh, my goodness, partner.
Gosh.
You missed out. You'll have to go back and watch that one because she scooped that ball up and spun and put it up on the right side. As you often say, natural lefty. Great job from Escobar. We have a 2-shot foul here. It's going to be either on Escobar or Smith. We'll find out shortly.
All right, number 42 is going to the line. That's Mackenzie Roach, the 5'8" junior.
And the foul did go on Escobar. So, happens sometimes. You're feeling froggy after making a nice play and you're a little too aggressive on the other end.
All right, the first free throw for Mackenzie Roach is up and good. She has another opportunity as she takes a couple of dribbles And the second one is up, and she is successful. 28-13, and here comes Lady Coyotes, Emma Escobar. Will dribble. I'm telling you right now, there's nothing but effort from that kid right there. She just just a great athlete, man.
Yeah, and really just plays one speed, and just she'll give you everything she's got on every play, no matter what the situation, what the sport. Oh, block shot.
Yeah, speaking of that, I know she's going to finish up basketball here, but she will be playing some softball for the Lady Coyotes. She was newcomer of the year last year, and I'm really excited to see her play this season. And Benitez, once again, has 2 more points to her category.
Yeah, and she's been a very pleasant surprise for Coach Smith tonight.
Well, that's excellent to see. Number 42 now, Mackenzie Roach will have it. Oh, there's a missed opportunity, but number 22 will have it. Allison Thomas, the 5'7" senior for Clovis, will sink it in. It's 29-15 now. And I'm telling you right now, Lady Coyotes are still in this ballgame.
They are, but they can't let it get away from them much more than this, as Smith unable to score at the left hand. Good take, just couldn't finish. Because it can get away. I mean, it's not from lack of effort, but it can get away from you quickly against a team of this caliber, and they're going to get another foul on the Lady Coyotes here. It's going to be the second foul on Morales, and who's going to the line? No, they're going to stay on the floor.
They're going to say it's on the ground. Okay, so number 30 will inbound. That's going to be Kaylin Jefferson. Finds a Martha De La Rosa, but there's a turnover, and Daisy Smith will have it. I thought she was going to go across the timeline quickly, but she decides to slow it down as Daisy Smith from way downtown, no good, and now rebounded by Jalen Benitez.
Yeah, Benitez working hard, both ends, showing what little of the Roswell Lady Coyote basketball future. Just a sophomore, as you said, spent a lot of minutes with the JV. But, boy, she's going to play tonight. She's got 9, and I don't think she's done.
Well, I'm going to give you another statistic on that young lady. Not only is she the high scorer for the Lady Coyotes tonight, but she's also the leading – well, let's just put it this way. She's number 1 in her class.
Oh, okay. Academically, she's also number 1.
Yeah, so not only can she play, but she's also very smart. I always like to see that in our student athletes, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Any student athlete.
Sure.
So Emma Escobar now will dribble. She finds Sadie Morales on the baseline. Finds Castro, 3-point range, up and good. 29-18 now is the score. 3:46 remaining in the third quarter. Lady Kyle still lead. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and watching KSVPTV.com and 99.9 KTQM Clovis Radio, as there is going to be another foul, and that one's going to be on number 10, Benitez.
It's going to be her second personal. And, I'm not saying it's not a foul. I'm just saying that I haven't seen that foul called consistently in the game so far.
Throughout the game.
So that's why I kind of looked at that foul call funny there. I mean, to this point, they've been letting a lot of that go.
Oh, this is nice to see down here. I was just kind of glancing here, and I see this little kid. He's just eating some popcorn here, and this little kid, he hits him in the back with the closed fist, and he pointed at him saying it's his fault. Oh, gosh, that's just probably 4-year-old kids blaming each other, saying, hey, that's his fault. And the kid, all he's doing is eating popcorn.
That's third foul on Benitez now, and looks like she's going to have to come out as Henthorn is going to re-enter.
All right, that's number 42, Mackenzie Roach with the ball. Swings it over to Lewis. Lewis dribbles. Guarded by Smith, and good defensive play by Smith. And it looked like that could have been out on Clovis, but as the official's going to discuss this, and I'm okay with this.
Yeah, they fixed
Perfect.
it. Yeah, no, that's just a good job by the official to come over and say, hey, are you sure? Because I saw it the other way. And that's all they do. I mean, I've been in those situations. You get together, you say, hey, this is what I saw, this is what I saw, this is what I saw, and then you decide, and they got it right.
So I have a lot of respect for that and for that decision, saying, you know what, I saw this. I could be wrong. You're exactly right.
And that's Jaime Lopez not being bigger than his job.
Well, that's why
not having the ego. That's what makes a good official.
And that's why he does a good job.
Yes.
All right, 3-point shot by Castro up and no good. Sada E. Morales, I beg your pardon, gets it and finds Benitez. I love the aggression by Benitez.
I do too. I don't like the call. I think that's a foul before the held ball, but okay.
Well, I see Coach Smith saying, hey, you know what? You need a breather. Have a seat for just a moment. Let's put Hinthorn in, and they do.
Well, it looked like he was willing to roll with her with 3 fouls, so I think you're right. I think that's a rest break and not a foul situation where you come to the bench.
Let's see if we can get any scores from around the state. I do have Hobbs girls up 43-22, and that was at the end of 3. Need a score from Clovis in the Rock. And for the Clovis residents that are listening, I know it's at the Rock or in the Rock. I know it's in the Rock.
Is it? I think it's at the Rock. I'm not sure.
Okay, I've heard both. So
probably either is fine.
I think either is fine, but we want to make sure that we're accommodating and making sure we're getting that correctly. So if I should say saying it wrong, I do apologize in advance. But
great name for your gym. I mean,
isn't it? Beautiful facilities, by the way.
Named after Rock Stavas, of course. But
one of the things I like about the Rock is you look up and, man, you have the magnificent scoreboard. I mean, you see how many points a player has. I mean, you just look up there. You don't have to look at the ball game. You see everything.
Similar to what they have in Hobbs. I mean, it's just.
So Mackenzie Roach gets a free throw in there. It's 30-18 now. 12-point lead for Clovis. Daisy Smith will swing it over to Esquivel. And there's going to be a foul. That's going to be on the ground, I believe. Let's see. That's going to be the second team foul for Clovis. 5 for the Coyotes. 2:12 left. 30-18 is the score. We are in the third period. And there's Hinthorn. Looks like it's going to be out on Clovis.
Coyotes kind of desperately need a bucket here. And now we can't decide what play we're running. Now we got it.
Excuse me. All right, that looks like it's Elena Tarin. There's Smith. Smith scoreless in this ball game. Once again, coming off an injury. Not 100%, but.
Oh, far from it.
She's going to take a shot, and it's going to be no good.
And great hustle there from Emma Esquivel. It's a tie ball. It's going to, hell ball, I should say. It's going to go over to Clovis. That will not be a turnover as both players kind of got possession at the same time.
So Lewis and Allison Thompson in the ball game for Clovis. Martha De La Rosa guarded by Hinthorn. Continues the dribble. Good defense by Hinthorn as looks like the Lady Coyotes kind of playing a little bit of a man-to-man zone here. And little shot for Martha De La Rosa. She's good for 2. 32-18 with a minute 25 left in the third quarter. Daisy Smith will go to the right side and find Esquivel. Esquivel will lose it, and now here comes the Lady Wildcats. And there's Lewis as she passes it to Giselle Pettner, and Pettner is in motion and is fouled. She will go to the line to shoot 2.
There's going to be a foul on Esquivel, just her second. Got a couple of Lady Coyotes in foul trouble. Benitez and Castro both with 3, and several others with 2 as we get to the end of the third quarter here. Not desperate foul trouble.
Giselle Pettner misses the first free throw.
Pettner scoreless in the game so far.
And there's a second one, and that one's going to be no good. It will be Lady Coyote ball.
Yeah, I need a score and a stop here in this last minute to try to give yourself a chance in the fourth quarter and make some kind of run.
Daisy Smith just kind of trots. 32-18. I mean, there's no sense of urgency right now. You're still under 60 seconds here. You would think you'd get 1 or 2 shots, would you think?
Well, if you want to play it that way, it looks like maybe being extremely patient and careful here. Guess it'll be a block shot. Not really the look you're looking for if you're going to take a whole minute off the clock there.
Well, just really not sure I understand that there, but it is what it is. And number 40 now, Pettner has the ball, and she's going to be fouled by Misha Henthorn.
The 3 on Henthorn. And I'll tell you what. Well, never mind. I won't tell you what.
Okay. I think I understand what you're saying.
I thought better of it. I may say it later, but
not right
hold
now.
off on it.
All right. Sounds good. Well, you have 16.8 seconds before we go into break, and then you can discuss it then. How's that? All right, number 40, Giselle Pettner, makes the first free throw. Has one more. Score is 33-18 now. Giselle Pettner, the 5'6" guard, misses the second one. Here comes Escobar. Stops the dribble. Baseball pass to Smith.
Plenty of time here.
And the runner is up and no good. And there's going to be 4.3 seconds left in the third quarter. It will be, they're saying, Coyote ball.
Yeah, you need a good inbounds play here.
And that one's going to be to Sadie Morales. There is no sense of urgency whatsoever, and that will end the quarter as the Lady Wildcats lead 33-18. We're going to take a 60-second break. You are listening and watching KSVPTV.com and 99.9 KTQM Clovis Radio.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today and let our fully licensed pest control professionals start working for you and your family. Find us fast in names and numbers. Call 623-5344, serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
Welcome back to the Coyote Den here in Roswell, New Mexico. Art Sandoval, Kelly McDonald live on KSVPTV.com, 99.9 KTQM Clovis Radio. Scores 33-18 in favor of the Lady Wildcats as we begin the fourth quarter. Escobar will find Castro on the right baseline, finds Benitez now. Double screen as Benitez takes direction from Coach Dan Smith. Finds Tarin from three-point range, up and good.
Yeah, perfect. Good offense. Good adjustment. Coming into the fourth quarter, that's the kind of thing you got to do to get yourself back in this ball game. Drive, kick out to open shooters if it's not there for you, but you gotta have that urgency that you were talking about, the sense of urgency for the rest of the game until you're caught up.
Absolutely, and there's going to be a shot by number 30, up no good. And here comes Elena Tarin. Got an update. Hobbs girls defeat Carlsbad 59-28. And an update from Clovis. The Roswell High School boys, the Coyotes up 44-40 after 3.
Ooh, tight one.
And that's going to come down to the wire over there at the Rock. Benitez now with the ball, dribbles, as Clovis playing a little man-to-man. Benitez loses it. Let's find out what the call is going to be. It looks like it's going to be out on Clovis.
Yeah, that's not what I saw.
That's not what I saw either. I thought it was out on Roswell personally, but Roswell will take it. Okay, man-to-man, Escobar with the ball. Escobar guarded by De La Rosa. Baseball pass back to Escobar. Back to Vega underneath the basket. And Tarim from three-point range, up no good. And here comes Clovis and Martha De La Rosa.
But again, offensively, it's a great game plan for Coach Dan Smith to have these girls kick the ball inside and then kick it out to open shooters, or drive to the basket, kick out to open shooters. If you don't have that lane, I mean, it's the path to getting back in the game.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 more points for Clovis, 35-21. So I guess it's safe to say since the Lady Eagles from Hobbs defeated Carlsbad, Hobbs will be the district champion.
Yes.
Carlsbad will be the runner-up, and currently the Clovis Lady Wildcats have the lead in the fourth quarter. It appears that they will have the 3rd seed, and the Lady Coyotes will have the 4th seed. If this stands, the Lady Coyotes will travel to Clovis and play at the Rock next Tuesday. Tight contest over in Clovis now as the Roswell High School boys taking on the Wildcats. The Roswell Coyotes currently lead by 4, so the Coyotes have to win, period.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And if they win, they'll host Clovis next Tuesday here at the Coyote Den. On that is still a live ball, so that's going to be a hell ball now as Daisy Smith and number 40, Giselle Pettner, will be tied up.
And it will be a turnover against Clovis in that situation because of the alternating possession.
Gotcha.
And the Coyotes have got to have the urgency now. We've got to, don't have time to run a lot of offense. You've got to decide and go.
All right. Ada Vega dribbles.
Yeah,
and
good
see
idea.
right there, I mean, that's an excellent idea. You have Ada dribbling underneath the basket, has an opportunity to turn around and make the basket, in my opinion. But
had the position.
Had the position,
well
decides
done.
to kick it back out, which I understand. They're trying to get, they're down 35-21, but kicks it back out to Smith, and then Smith comes back underneath. I'm not sure I understand that, but
I think you'd rather see Smith go ahead and shoot that.
Right.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad pass to
Vega.
To Vega, no, but Vega probably wasn't expected. She probably expected Daisy to shoot it too.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
So in and out, no good. 3-point range is Martha De La Rosa.
And they're going to get a foul on Lewis there. I believe it'll be her first if it's on her.
So it looks like Clovis will send all 5 back as there's no press. And Castro kind of looking right, but decides to go ahead and take it, and it's going to be out on Clovis. It will be Lady Coyote ball.
Yeah, but that's what she's got to do. You got to attack. You don't have time to run offense. You don't have time for anything. You either pass it in or take it in and either shoot or kick it out for a shot, but you don't have time for anything else at this stage.
Absolutely. 35-21 if you're just now tuning in to KSVPTV.com and 99.9 KTQM Clovis Radio. Lady Wildcats with the lead. Smith with the ball. And have some fans over here in Roswell.
They're going to say on the floor there.
Let's get going. They're saying shoot the ball so the Coyotes can come back here. As the Lady Coyotes, the crowd getting into the game just a bit. There's Castro, will take a 3-point shot, no good. But I think Castro has to do that.
Oh no, yeah, that's absolutely. If you've got room to shoot and you're a 3-point shooter at this stage, you got to do it.
Yep.
So consecutive fouls on Allison Thomas, but Coyotes not close to the bonus yet.
Kyle, you know what, Kelly, let's stay here if you don't mind. You know what we have not done tonight? Excuse me. Talk about a little 5A rankings right now. I know we're talking females, okay? Currently, the Hobbs Lady Eagles, as they defeated Carlsbad tonight, they're ranked number 1. So they're going to improve their record to 22-3. Farmington currently has the number 2 seed in the 5A rankings with a 22-2 record. Volcano Vista 3. Carlsbad 4. The Lady Cave Girls. La Cueva 5. Las Cruces 6. Centennial 7. Sandia 8. Albuquerque High 9. The Lady Wildcats from Clovis 10. Oregon Mountain 11. Mayfield 12. El Dorado 13. West Mesa 14. Cleveland 15. And Rio Rancho 16. And then the Roswell Lady Coyotes 17. They take 16 teams to the state tournament. Now, as we mentioned earlier, the Lady Coyotes currently at 17. If they fall in this contest here, they will have to win the district tournament to get the automatic bid to the state tournament. But currently, they will be the 4th seed, potentially.
Well, yeah, it's looking that way. And what that means for the Lady Coyotes is that they're going to have to go to Clovis and beat them in their place.
Right.
Then they're going to have to go to Carlsbad, beat them in their place. And then they're going to have to go to Hobbs and beat them at their place. So that's most years would be a tough task. This year it would be a Herculean task, as you would have to go through 3 of the top 10 teams in the state in order to do that.
Have an update at the end of 3. Artesia up 38-31 over Goddard. Well, that's exactly right. I mean,
and you never know.
That's right.
You know, if we can go into Clovis and beat Clovis, and then have another good showing against Carlsbad, perhaps you might get that last at-large bid. But it's just going to be tough because the teams ahead of you, looking for those at-large bids, are going to be teams like Rio Rancho, Cleveland, West Mesa, El Dorado, who are all going to have 3 to 5 more wins than you are, and it's just going to make it awfully tough.
Well, the Lady Coyotes on January 13th, they beat Rio Rancho here at the Coyote Den, 51-40, and so Rio Rancho currently in the 16th spot. So if
I mean, maybe.
I mean, there is that possibility, but
without beating Clovis in the first round and a good showing against Carlsbad, I just don't see it happening, because Rio Rancho is probably going to lose early in their district tournament as well. So,
right.
So and you look at the how the Max Preps rankings work. They're pretty close there. They're within 2.2 points of each other. I mean.
Yep. Well, there is a timeout on the field. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll just stay here. But you're exactly right. One of the things the Coyotes can do, as you may or may not know, the people that are listening, either here in Roswell or in Clovis. I mean, there was a fantastic game that the Lady Coyotes did play against Carlsbad. They actually lost to Carlsbad 29-27, and the Lady Coyotes actually had the lead with 30 seconds left, and that game was played in Carlsbad and ended up losing within just seconds. And
honestly, that could have maybe punched their ticket.
That could have. And but here's the thing: you never say die, regardless what team you're in. I think you just have to continue playing as hard as you can.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not saying they shouldn't at all. I mean,
no, you're exactly right. I'm just saying that the Coyotes, regardless, if they lose tonight, they have to go in that district tournament with a positive attitude. Not saying they don't, as you mentioned.
No, because I mean, you never know. If you beat Clovis, even if you don't play as well against Carlsbad as you did last time, you're right on the edge there of that last berth. So
right, and the reason I'm saying this too is you're talking about Daisy Smith, the senior captain. She was injured, didn't play against Hobbs, playing quality minutes here right now. She is scoreless. She is not 100%, but you have that time. You have 3 days to recuperate a little bit.
Yeah.
Dan Smith will have a game plan going into the district tournament. There is that potential that the Coyotes could play up to their potential on Tuesday if they happen to win that. The winner of the 3-4 game will advance and play the number 2 seed, which would be Carlsbad, and that game will be played in Carlsbad.
Well, and you know, the other thing, the Coyotes don't have a great record at 9-16, looking like it's going to be 9-17.
Right.
But it's not like they got a whole bunch of terrible losses.
Right.
On you know, they play in this district, so that means that's 6. That's going to wind up being 6 of those losses.
Right.
You know, you throw out our district, and they're 9-10. You know, they're a 500 team. So
exactly.
And you know, everyone knows how tough our district is.
Well, that's exactly right. There's going to be a free throw made by Kaylin Jefferson, the 5'8 junior. But, you know, we're talking about the Roswell Lady Coyotes, but let's talk about the Lady Wildcats. They're, you know, Jeff Reed's Lady Wildcats. They're 17-7, and they're 1-4 in district. Could be 2-4 here in just a moment.
And,
but
and they're in.
They're in.
They're in, and they're one of those teams that
they're a top 10.
You don't want to play in the state tournament because
that's right.
You know, they are not going to be a district champ. They're not going to be a district champ, but I promise you, they're one of those teams. You know, they're going to play. If you know, let's say they're the 10 seed, that means that they're going to play somewhere around the
7 seed.
7 seed.
Right.
I guarantee you, Centennial doesn't want to see Clovis the first round of the state tournament.
That's exactly right. I mean, Clovis has played some quality opponents like Cleveland. Oh, good job. Good pass by Escobar. And that's to Bolaños. Bolaños in the ballgame now for the Lady Coyotes. She is a freshman getting some minutes here in this district contest.
Yeah, and you got to love that to see the freshman brought up.
So Las Cruces, we're talking about Clovis' schedule. Las Cruces is also ranked in the state of New Mexico in the 5A classification, and Clovis lost 49-38. But man, you know, Clovis has played a quality schedule.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you're talking about Centennial on December 22nd. Clovis did play Centennial at the Clovis Plateau Holiday Tournament, and they beat them 38-32.
Yeah,
so you know, anything's possible.
Yeah,
and I have to agree with you.
Yeah, I didn't even look at that when I mentioned that a team like Centennial doesn't want to see a team like Clovis, even though, you know, they're going to likely be ranked ahead of them.
Well,
you know, when that bracket comes out and they say Clovis, and they're like, oh man.
Well, once again, you know, I always agree to disagree with this, but I hate to say this. That algorithm from Max Preps, you know, the Freeman rankings, they're almost just about spot on.
Yeah, well, especially this time of year.
Absolutely. Well, it's 39-23 in favor of the Lady Wildcats. We're under 2 minutes left in this contest. Again, at the conclusion of this game, will end regular season. Next week we'll start the district tournament. 39-23 for the people that are listening on 99.9 KTQM Clovis Radio. Thanks for listening and watching. And also KSVPTV.com. I want to thank the sponsors. Without you, this does not happen.
That's right. I mean, obviously we want to thank Pecos Valley Broadcasting, but, you know, we couldn't do it without Pecos Valley Broadcasting, Gene Dow and the whole crew and the different production crews, but none of us could do any of it without the sponsors, as you say. So thank you, and try to encourage more people to support, you know, broadcasting of high school athletics, because I think that's a trend. You know, they're doing that more and more. I even had have people saying, well, when are they going to start broadcasting the lower levels? And I'm, you know.
Well, that's exactly right. And you know what, Kelly? I think you and I would be happy to do that as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that could be coming. I mean, that's, like I said, that's the way it's trending. So,
absolutely. 39-23 in favor of Clovis, the Lady Wildcats. I'm trying to get a score from Clovis. As the last time we looked, Clovis was down 44-40. The Coyotes were in the lead. Good shot, nothing but net for Martha De La Rosa. As the score now is 40-23. And that's going to be Bolaños. Bolaños back to Sari Morales. Back to Jalen Benitez. And I tell you what, Castro will shoot the three-point shot, just misses. And here comes Emma Escobar on the runner. No, Castro will shoot up and no good. It will be. Is it Clovis ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just setting up the press here. See, that's what they needed to be doing about 7 minutes ago. But they'll learn. So many of them are young, and they will learn.
Yeah, so that's basically the fourth quarter is what we're saying.
Yeah.
You and I saw eye to eye on that. We're not spot on when it comes down to that. All right, here comes Emma Escobar. Escobar dribbles left, a natural lefty. Nice pass, and Bolaños in for another 2 points as the freshman now with 4 points in the ballgame.
Yeah, all of a sudden she's the third leading scorer for Roswell tonight, and she's played about 2 minutes.
All right, there's going to be the pass to number 22, Allison Thompson. Back to De La Rosa. Swings it on over to 40, Pettner.
Yeah, and they don't need to shoot, and they know it.
And the thing about it is the Coyotes don't need a foul either.
No,
especially going into the district tournament.
Not at this point. Just play your defense, try to get a steal, but you don't need to foul here. Down 15.
Well, that's going to be the score is 40-25. The Lady Coyotes will fall in this contest as they'll fall now to 9-17 on the year, and the Lady Wildcats will now improve their record to 18-7 with 4 seconds left in the ball game. And that is the contest. The final score, the Lady Wildcats 40, the Roswell Lady Coyotes 25. I'll give you just a little bit of time to get some scores tallied there. As we mentioned earlier, Dan Smith's Lady Coyotes will now fall to 9-17, 0-6 in district play, and the Lady Wildcats improve their record to 18-7 and 2-4 in district. Coach McDonald.
All right, for the Clovis Lady Wildcats tonight, 1 point from Giselle Pettner, 2 points from Allison Thomas, 6 points for Mackenzie Roche. We had 8 from Kaylin Jefferson, and 2 players in double digits. Martha De La Rosa had 10, and leading scorer was Zerai Lewis with 12. For the Roswell Lady Coyotes, 1 from Misha Henthorn, 2 points from Emma Esquivel, 3 from Elena Tarin, 4 from Bolaños coming in just very limited time, 6 from Brianna Castro, and leading scorer tonight was Jalen Benitez off the bench. She had 9 points.
All right, there you have it. Real quick, have a couple of updates from Clovis. Roswell High is up 52-46 with 2+ minutes left. And then also Portales leads Leventon 61-50 late in the fourth quarter. And with 4:49 in the ball game, Artesia leads Goddard 52-38. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, next Tuesday, the Roswell Lady Coyotes will travel to Clovis to take on the Lady Wildcats in the district contest. And it appears that the boys, the Roswell Coyotes, will be playing and hosting the Clovis Wildcats.
Probably.
Yeah, on Tuesday at 6 p.m. here at the Coyote Den if it stands.
Okay, so a little earlier start, so note that if you're just tuning in, won't be the normal 7 o'clock start time because there's no JV contest.
That's it.
So it'll be a 6 p.m. start.
One game. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close this out. Art Sandoval, Kelly McDonald, live from the Coyote Den. Lady Wildcats win 40-25. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. KSUPTV.com and 99.9 KTQM Clovis Radio. And it's always great to be a Coyote. Good night.